guys, it's time for another video update. I really appreciate everybody who stopped by and watched the video last week, even though I sounded like death. My cold is almost completely gone, so hopefully I sound a little bit better this week. I also want to thank everybody who took the time to join the Flickr group and the Facebook page and who followed me on Twitter and who did all of those things. I really appreciate it, and it was exciting to see that you guys were pretty into it, so thank you. This week I have had sort of some weird developments I wanted to talk to you guys about. Sort of blog business, but I wanted some feedback because I'm actually not sure what I'm going to do. Ever since I started stepping it up with the blog and we got some new readers and I started posting a lot more often, changed the layout, it's been great because I can tell that I'm really reaching new people. I've made a lot of new friends who are planning their weddings or who have had weddings that I hadn't seen before. So I've had a lot of fun, but one of the interesting things that has come out of it is that I have been getting offers, I guess you'd call them, on the blog or offers to do things for the blog. I've had offers in the past to do advertising and things like that because I don't do any of that on the blog now. Some of you might remember when I had some Google ads up on the blog forever ago, like a year ago, but I haven't been doing that because it just hasn't really fit into what I've wanted to do. And I haven't really responded to people who have sent me things saying, if you sell this product or if you tell people to use my services, I'll give you such and such amount of money, because I don't have any framework set up right now for people to do that. So I've just been kind of, putting it off and explaining that I don't do that right now. I do the giveaways, but it's a little bit different because I usually am the person who's actually finding the person who I want to do the giveaway with, because I find that it's a really exciting way to get people interested in somebody, usually on Etsy, who I really think is doing a great job. But none of it has ever been like somebody's just given me $50 and then I've agreed to say that their product was awesome. I've never done that before. There are a lot of bloggers who do that, and I don't really even take issue with that. I don't think that that's a problem as long as they're honest about the fact that they're being paid to do that post. It's just because of everything that's gone on in my life and sort of how the blog has come to be, the fact that it came out of a personal blog and not something that I was doing commercially, it just hasn't really fit into what I've been doing. But now I've gotten lots of different offers in the last month or so for various things, but two of them came this week sort of on top of each other, and I told them both that I was going to blog about it and talk about it, and they're fine with that as long as it's anonymous. So I don't want you guys to be like, what are you doing? You probably shouldn't be talking about this stuff. One of them is from a photographer who basically they've offered me a steady paycheck provided that I only showcase their photography services from now on, instead of showcasing all the different photographers that I showcase, which would mean that the spotlights would be a little bit different. I'd probably be taking down some stuff, a lot of my stuff. Part of me is like, wow, money would be nice. And part of me is just, I don't know, I'm so connected to the blog. It really is my baby at this point. It's been a couple of years, and I've really loved the things that we've done recently. And I love that I can bring you guys new photographers and that I can maybe showcase somebody who's an up-and-comer who might not be getting a lot of business, but whose work makes me think, wow, this person has a lot of talent and they're going to make a lot of brides really happy. I love making those connections between brides and these photographers. And although this isn't a photographer that I wouldn't spotlight, I would not even have thought about this if this wasn't a photographer who does very, very good work and who I think people would be really happy with. It's not about that. It's just about the fact that I really appreciated having choice when I was planning my own wedding. And although obviously you guys would still have the choice, I like providing more choices. So I'm not sure about that one. I am thinking about it because it would let me continue the blog. The other offer would not. I've gotten an offer from somebody who is also in the wedding market, who is sort of in competition with Disney and has seen the amount of traffic and the amount of support and publicity that I've given Disney weddings, and they have offered me an impressive amount to not only stop blogging but to kill the Disney blog and take it off the net. And they've also expressed interest in having me blog for them and sort of pulling the same sort of traffic towards their services and supporting them in that way. This is a hard one because, like I've said, I love the blog. I love Disney weddings. I had such a good time with mine. That being said, you guys know how this economy is. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. Part of me thinks I don't want to sell out, and then part of me thinks if I do this, then I could sort of just call it a wash and say, hey, you know what? That whole experience covered my wedding, and how lucky am I that I had that opportunity? And you guys would still have the forums and those communities, and I'm sure that other people would start blogging eventually, and you still have all the links for the, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. It's a hard one. I wish I could tell you guys for certain that I'm just like, oh, I'm not going to sell out. I love this too much. But, I've been working as a freelancer, which is fantastic. Talk about another lucky opportunity. But the amount of time that I spend on this blog, which is about a couple of hours a day, often, it cuts into the freelancing time. It cuts into my time with Kyle. And although I really love it, I don't know. So obviously, the other option that I have beyond these two options is to keep my ear out for other offers, and then I could start advertising on the blog, which I haven't done. I could start taking sponsored posts, which I haven't done. I've avoided it because I didn't want the blog to be just another place where brides were overwhelmed with people trying to sell them stuff. But I feel like I could do it in a tasteful way. I'm just not sure at this point. I haven't really thought about it because I've been sort of thinking about these other things, and I don't know. So this isn't a post that's announcing anything one way or the other. It's just I wanted to keep you guys on the same page, let you know where I am, let you know sort of what might be in the future. And in the meantime, I'm going to continue blogging just like I always have. I'm going to still add stuff to the site, step it up, try to bring you new photographers. But this is sort of a heads up that in the next couple of weeks, there might be some pretty big changes. So anyway, sorry, that was kind of a heavy video post for the second video post, but that's the scoop around here. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the post this week. I hope you enjoyed this video post. I am going to add a song. The song of this week is Kimberly Locke's version of A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Kimberly Locke. She's one of those American Idol people, but it's been a while since she was on American Idol, so you might not remember her. I like this version a lot because it starts out slow and then kind of builds up, gains momentum, and it's one of those songs that I would consider for either a first dance or maybe for a video montage, a photo montage if you're doing something like that. It's also a really good song for a at-home Disney reception because it's so Disney, and at the same time it's not straight from a Disney movie, so you sort of have that this is a grown-up wedding feel. At the same time you've got this major Disney song. So I hope you like it. I'm going to include a little tiny clip of it here, and then I will put the rest of it on a separate video up on our YouTube channel. Again, I really appreciate all of the support, all of the excitement that you guys showed last week with all the different social media things that I've been doing. And I should put this out there, I absolutely love it when you guys send me messages or emails suggesting posts or with a couple of your photos or inviting me to look at your photo albums. I think that that's fantastic because I look at so much stuff every day trying to find you guys stuff that I can bring you on the blog, but I can't catch all of it. And if you've got something great and you think that people would really like it, absolutely contact me. And if you have any questions, of course, go ahead and contact me too, because it might make me think, oh, I bet you she's not the only person with that question. And then I can turn around and turn that into a post and help somebody else out. So I appreciate all the help. I appreciate all the support. And I appreciate the fact that you guys keep coming back. So I'll talk to you next week.
A dream is a wish your heart makes when you're fast asleep.